Welcome to Friday Flip on the Becoming You Again podcast. Every Friday, I take your divorce problems, conundrums, and questions and do a quick flip around to empower you to show up as the best you after divorce.
Welcome back to Friday Flip. Janice says, I'm struggling with being a good employee or being a good mom. I either do great and succeed at being great at my job, but then I feel like I end up letting my kids down and being a bad mom, or vice versa. Is it even possible to be good at both at the same time, or is that just a pipe dream? Thanks for your question, Janice. I do think it's possible to be good at both, but you're going to have to be very intentional about your definition of what it means to be good. What does it mean to be a good employee, and what does it mean to be a good mom? And the key when coming up with any definition is to remember that your definition only pertains to you and your outcome. What we usually try to do when we're deciding if we're a good employee or a good mom is we use someone else's outcome as the basis of our definition. So let me give you an example. Usually we'll say something like, well, I'm a good mom if my kid gets good grades, or I'm a good employee if my boss praises me about my performance. In both of these examples, we have other people and their thoughts and their feelings and their actions all involved in our ultimate defined result, which we never have control over because we can't control how other people think and feel and act. Ever, even our kids, even when we try really hard, it just doesn't usually turn out for us because they are their own individual people and they have their own thoughts and their own feelings and their own actions. And when you try to define yourself and what it means to be good in one way or another, you are ultimately going to end up feeling hurt, let down, and unnecessarily suffering. And so instead, I want you to decide on what it means to be a good mom for yourself based on your outcome rather than your kids, or what it means to be good at your job based on your outcome rather than what your boss thinks. For example, I'm a good mom when I help my kids with their homework because that's the kind of mom I want to be. Or I'm a good employee when I do my best each day, even if my best looks different from day to day. Play around with this. Figure out some new ways of defining good for yourself when it comes to being a mom, when it comes to being an employee, or anything else that's coming up in your life where you're feeling less than. This is totally up to you, and the more you can base it off of who you are and the person that you want to be, the better you will start to feel about the way you're showing up in life. All right, I hope that helps, Janice. I'll be back next week.
That's your Friday Flip. Stay tuned for the weekly podcast episode that comes out every Monday. And remember, if you want more one-on-one help from me as your divorce coach to help you create an even better life than when you were married, then you need to schedule your free consult with me by going to www.karennelsoncoaching.com. Remember, that's Karen with an I.